we're still not being taken seriously by the media. New York Times example. Warning: if you do New York Times crosswords, there are spoilers for some answers in this post. I do the New York Times crossword almost every day. It is a good way to relax and unwind at the end of the day, unless it is a Saturday puzzle, and then I throw my laptop across the room in frustrating rage. I didn't have internet access for a few days, so I wasn't able to do the puzzles on those days. When I finally got a connection back, I came upon a Sunday puzzle from July 30th of this year. It had a few plays on words as answers to some clues, such as 23 across. Hugh Hefner was quite the media mogul. They called him. The answer was Mr. Bunnymags instead of Mr. Moneybags, of course. 94 across. Enjoy your stay on our horse farm. Hope it's not too noisy. You can expect. The answer was 3 mare squeals a day instead of 3 square meals a day. Anyway. 56 across. Do you really trust these Bitcoiners? Beware. I was pretty excited that Bitcoin showed up in a New York Times crossword. It doesn't happen too often. They've mentioned crypto, in general, on occasion too, but also not very often. Maybe once every few months. When I figured out the answer, though, I was greatly disappointed. It was geeks bearing grifts instead of Greeks bearing gifts. I guess I should have known better, but I didn't. Apparently there are still a large amount of people who see Bitcoin and without a doubt other cryptocurrencies as nothing more than something fraudulent, scammy, and not to be trusted. I know that the content of the crossword puzzles doesn't necessarily reflect the views of the New York Times, but it certainly does reflect the views of the crossword authors. Maybe I'm getting worked up over nothing, but it is just incredibly frustrating to me that so many are seemingly still against the crypto world. If they don't like Bitcoin, then they must think that other cryptos are even worse. Let them laugh at us for now, we will laugh at them soon enough. Geeks bearing grifts is objectively funny and an accurate description of 99.9% of cryptos. I'm fine with people talking smack, I don't take it personally. Don't complain, don't explain is my motto when it comes to crypto. Silence can never be misconstrued. It's deliberate. Just like the big financial orgs such as BlackRock were supposedly rolling their eyes, until they weren't. The media will just one day decide that crypto is legitimate after all. Don't look to them to tell you where anything is heading or for objectivity, they have their own agenda. Always dire. Of course you're not. Look at the fucking morons in this space. Between crypto brothers, degens and scammers, this space looks like the worst of humanity. Fuck New York Times. Intelligent wording on those riddles though. It's a garbage newspaper, so I'm not surprised. And I don't take New York Times seriously, so we're even. Well, I'm not taking the New York Times seriously. So take that. They will change their tune when we start hitting new all-time highs again. It has been the case, every bear market. The same outlet will be writing on how crypto and BTC is revolutionizing the world in a year or two, mark my words. Crypto brothers are the bane of the problem. And don't forget too that this sub's sentiment is a straight-up circle jerk. No one's gonna take to the moon seriously no matter how different you say it. I've been in 3 subs and all 3 say I think we're the most mature crypto project sub and hand out dumbass reasons. I can't even take crypto seriously because it's just alternative finance, not exactly anything I'd look at and say the future is here because it hasn't proven anything yet. Niche case here and there isn't proof. F the media. I feel like the New York Times crossword is aimed at an older audience who doesn't really care or know about cryptocurrency. Better to laugh than not understand. I was fully prepared to chime in with a comment about how the puzzle author probably lives in Manhattan and attends the same parties as megabank execs, but then I read the post. This is some clever and funny wordplay, op. Lighten up a little. Let them laugh at us, we will shine soon. Accumulate like hell during rough and tough days, reap the fruit later. Outside of the fuck the media narrative. WTF is that crossword answer? Keeps bearing gifts. It doesn't even make sense. I have limited trust in any opinions New Yorkers have, cause they are only people stupid enough to pay few dollars rent for a shoebox-sized apartment. Yeah lol. You're getting worked up over nothing. The same New York Times that kept defending SBF after FTX fell. The mainstream media will change their tune really quick when the bull run hits. The mainstream media loves to shit on innovation. It's what they do best. The worst investment advice in history tends to come from the mainstream media. Every time I visit the comment section of a BTC crypto article in an established newspaper, most of the comments are about how it is a scam and that it uses as much energy as enter country here and should be forbidden. I always get a chuckle from those comments, because this means there is still time for us to accumulate. Some people just don't get it. Those that do own BTC. Bill Gates said crypto is built on the greater fool's theory, or something to that effect. Crypto needs to become commercially viable, reliable, predictable, and stable before it can build trust beyond these walls. I couldn't care less about the media tbh. In fact, they're doing us a favor from preventing people herding towards crypto. I can buy BTC in the cheap for more time. We will be taken seriously after the halving. Watch them chance direction when people will be in the green again. To be fair, people's trust in the news media is at all-time lows. I don't think many people value what these clowns have to say these days. The New York Times isn't taken seriously by anyone. New York Times is nothing more than a liberal establishment shill. It's all fun and games until bull run happens and all they talk about is Bitcoin. Media just being media. Give it 2 years, they'll be on our side. They will change their tune soon, it's fine. I prefer it for now, cheaper prices. I'm actually happy about this. More time to accumulate BTC at these prices and then the media can pump our bags during the bull run. It's inevitable that it's gonna be taken seriously once prices pump. Accumulate sats as much as you can before they take it seriously. I propose a mass boycott of the New York Times from this sub and shitposts about them until they apologize. That will teach them to not take crypto seriously. The media will continue to say what benefits them the most. The moment it no longer benefits them to shit on crypto, that's the day they'll cave in if they aren't already scooping up discounted coins lol. Well yeah, crypto hasn't changed much still. Stop thinking short term and think long. Screw the media. That is simply because media worldwide is in control of very few, it does not represent the general public. Therefore the media always had the power to manipulate people and they have used it as well. Be greedy when others are fearful, and fearful when others are greedy. Right now a lot of people fear crypto is a lose money fast scheme. If you believe in it then you should be doing cartwheels right now. Fuck media manipulating the crowd. I've always been bearish on crossword puzzles, especially when they have puns. Don't expect it to change. The media tells people what to think. If the media never promote it, it will never be accepted. Facts really. You all sound like a bunch of rebels with all this anti-establishment talk, yay reserve banking s. You have to admit that it's funny though. And most people who aren't in crypto mostly think of scams when they think about crypto. This isn't surprising. The media will always be negative. First, they ignore you. Then they laugh at you. Then they attack you. Then you win. Fuck New York. He who laughs last, laughs loudest. Mwahaha. Just ignore all media surrounding crypto, both within and from outside of crypto. It's all bollocks. I feel like some of you guys are taking some light jokes too personally.